Merry Christmas, or Happy Boxer Day. So, one more thing about the election. I've deleted all the videos about, the run up and the last 4 years of having to do with the last election, shall we say. But one thing, I'm not challenging this election. It played out the way it should have, considering how the campaigns were conducted. Kamala should never have brought up abortion. The pro-abortion voters would have voted for her anyway. But she gave the people on the fence a reason not to vote for her, and that's stupid. So, yeah, should not have done that. For the Democrats' success. So the Republicans succeeded, and now the question is, shall we honor should the nation be bound to honor the Republican Party's choice of nominee and those donors who secured the Republican Party's choice of nominee? So as not to be an oligarchy, there is actually a way for the democracy to interfere with the partisan oligarchy. This is essentially what's happening right now. The donors of a party, if they donate enough, they can influence the people, but they've captured the party. There's a difference. Influencing the people is basically a First Amendment thing. They can do that. Capturing a political party, there should be a check. And the check is at least the 20th Amendment, the 20th and 14th. So if they found that just at the very minimum, if somebody has even if they got away with it criminally, had triggered an insurrection or attempted an insurrection, just saying, even if the president-elect didn't, he knew the plot. Or he had to have known the plot, let's put it that way. And what he said, even though you can't prove that at the end of the day, he said, oh no, this has got to be stopped, and he stopped it without having knowledge of the plot. It's, more likely that he knew what was going on. And we will eventually, probably somebody will uncover, what Roger Stone knew and when did he know it. So, it's not impossible. So, and what he did and didn't do. So let's assume that, and the Senate and the House don't need criminal proof to say that somebody is disqualified. They just have to have an objection and have that objection win. Half and half, a majority of each house. And just the fact that both houses are Republican doesn't mean that they can't join. A number of Republicans couldn't say, we don't want this. We won, and we're glad we won, but some of these guys we don't want. They can make the decision, do we want J.D. Vance or do we want the president-elect? 20th Amendment gives them that power. They say that they can say that not that the Democrats win, but that the nominee is not eligible. They can't change who won, but they can change who the nominee is. And that comes on January 6th. Oddly enough, if the Democrats and enough Republicans in each house say by simple majority, we don't like how this happened. We don't think he should be the nominee. We think that whoever helped him get it, didn't let the facts come out or whatever, then this guy who I've sent applications to and budgets and tax submissions to, would have to try to get a 2/3 majority of each house to allow him to serve, which, is not unsurmountable. There probably are a great number of Democrats. Maybe all of the Democrats would then say, okay, we want to respect, we think the Republican Party made an honest choice. So yes, we want to have that power, assert the power to make that choice, and we're fine with them serving. Both things can happen in the same universe. This is politics. Stranger things have happened. So, yeah. Are there enough Republicans who, if they had the courage, would do that? You got to ask them. It takes courage to ask them to then say, we're going to stay with it. But they have to know that they have the power. That's where power comes from, knowing you have it. Or questioning even, do I have this power? Let me think about this. Then you've got power. If you're open to the thought that something could change, you have the power to change it. That should be some kind of law in social science. It's not just an axiom. If you have the power, if you question whether you have the power to change something, then you do have the power to change it. The power of the question. Maybe that's the statement of the unexamined life and the examined life. So there could be some examination or not. Just got to ask. You got to ask, So, my friend Jamie, I'm looking at you. Friend Jamie and I have known each other for a while, dealt with issues for a while, especially involving the state of the district. So, yeah. Do we want the Congress to have the power to ask? It's not me to ask that. I'm asking that question of them, but they need to ask that question for themselves, because you can't make somebody powerful. They have to have the temerity to ask the question. Thought for the year. Have a good Christmas.